Alright guys, today we're talking about a topic that might trigger some of you who may be watching, and I assure you that this is not my intention. I'm aware that some of you who may be watching might not potentially be Linux users or have fully hopped on the Linux train just yet. I'm just fully putting it out there, this video is not me telling you go and stop using proprietary software and hop on the Libre Software train. I simply want to explain why when it comes to choosing software, why it may be the better choice, whether that be to game, work, or create, as well as why it is morally ethical, alongside pros and cons of Libre software. So first things first, I'm aware that a lot of Libre software is not up to the same standards as their proprietary counterparts. The industry sometimes introduces standards that free and open source software may not have met. There may be bugs that can cripple your workflow, but I'm here to tell you that this is not often the case and in fact may often be the contrary. For instance, you may be saying, I'm an artist, I need Illustrator. We have Krita, which is a FOSS alternative that actually has more useful features in the former. You may be saying, I'm a 3D modeler, what software can I use on Linux? And for that we have Blender, a FOSS program that actually has become the industry standard living right here on Linux. Music, Linux Multimedia Studio is FOSS, and as a longtime FL Studio user, I often find myself using Linux Multimedia Studio in place of FL Studio, as it works similarly to a drop-in replacement. DJ, Mix is great for MIDI controllers. Photographer, depending on your needs, GIMP may be a great solution to your FOSS predicament. Microsoft Office, say hello to LibreOffice. So where am I getting with this? My deal is that despite what you may have heard, there are alternatives to these paid proprietary programs out there, many that you can use right now on Windows. Why is it that many people still go with proprietary versions? The answer is simple. Companies want you to think that if you pay for a program, then it is in every way superior to something that is free, not only in price but in freedom. This cannot be further from the truth. The real answer is that FOSS will always have a leg up on proprietary software in the long run because it has the strength of an entire community backing it, not a single dev team. But anyone on this planet with the skills to code or the patience to help fix bugs can pick up a program and do what they want with it. Don't like GNOME 3/4? Fork it. That is why we have Cinnamon and Unity. Don't like KDE 4/5? Once again, fork it. Trinity is a fork of KDE 3, hence the name. Say you do like it and you want to add a feature and have the programming skills to do it, why not fork it and send a patch upstream? That is the strength of Libre software. It is freedom of speech at its finest. You can take that code and do whatever it is that you want with it. That is what's great about FOSS. We have the whole world to back our software. The best thing you can hope to do with proprietary software is suggest they add a feature and maybe they will add it. Likely not though, especially with larger companies like Adobe. Hold on though, this video is not over yet. I've only went over one of the reasons why FOSS is morally and ethically correct. The next reason why FOSS is the good option is because with free and open source software, the code is available for anyone to read, and what is the utility of reading for the average human? To learn, but also to audit the source code. Oftentimes without you even realizing it, proprietary software has malicious functionalities in it, such as monitors, malware, keyloggers. You have no idea what is in the software you're using, and neither does anyone besides the people on that dev team. And let me tell you, they are keeping shut because they are getting paid good money to do that. A recent example lately is Gshade, a proprietary fork of Reshade, which is a post-processing effects program for video games, would restart your computer if you tried to analyze it despite Reshade being a GPL program, which is illegal. Another was a paid graphical overhaul mod for GTA 5, which if you pirated would slowly destroy your hard drive. Many Minecraft modded clients have Trojans and keyloggers built in. One notable case was that of Worse 2, which had a Discord token logger that allowed a player to gain access to other players' Discord accounts in order to gain information about bases locations in a specific server. Basically, what I'm getting at is that FOSS isn't just about your right to free speech, but it's also about your right to digital privacy and security. These proprietary apps don't care about that. They care solely about your money, and while it is true that you can donate to a lot of FOSS projects and some projects require you to pay a subscription for a service, that's for a service, and donations are not obligations. Many of times, those services will allow you to host your own instances as well, so you don't have to pay for it. Many FOSS devs work never expecting to receive compensation for their work, while with proprietary software it is often mandatory, and as such, those specific cases tend to try and do whatever it is they can to make more, including violating your privacy. I mean, take Windows itself for instance. Do you really think Microsoft makes money off of Windows sales? When was the last time you even bought a copy of Windows? They're after your data. which they then sell or even use themselves to coerce you into buying things you either don't need or can get for free from the FOSS community, one that would be elated to gain another user under their belt. Some of you may not be ready to hop on the Linux train yet, and that's fine. The best place for you to start getting into FOSS may not even be with jumping to Linux. Remember that on Linux you are not going to have access to all your proprietary apps, although we do have Linux native builds, and Wine works really well for some applications such as FL Studio, which works perfectly under Wine. My advice for those of you who aren't ready to jump into Linux is to gradually switch the apps you are using for FOSS alternatives. That way, when you are ready to make the switch, you will have a suite of applications that you are familiar with and can still get work done. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Share if you know someone who's thinking about making a switch to Linux but is worried about their actual workflow being inhibited, and I hope you have a lovely, wonderful rest of your day.